Hello, Gemini. It is time for your February 2025 reading. We're going to start off, as usual, with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for the month of February. And you have a discerning question liberates truth. A discerning question liberates truth. Feels like you've been doing some sleuthing. Maybe you're trying to even find the right way to ask a certain question in order to elicit some information or get some information from someone that is going to either confirm your theory or just open up a whole nother line of possibility or questioning so that you can delve deeper. So don't be afraid to ask the questions. It feels like if somebody's trying to shut you down or gaslight you or avoid answering a specific question, you may need to be persistent, ask it in different ways, or maybe even break it out kind of into smaller bits until you can get the whole picture. And hopefully that makes sense. Because I know it says a discerning question. So there is one maybe question in particular you want, but you may have to find a way to get the information in smaller pieces is what I'm feeling here, what's coming through. It isn't going to be an all at once thing, and it may coalesce into one discerning question at the end of the month that brings all the pieces together. But it feels like you're going to need to gather different bits of it throughout the month in order to figure out the truth. All right, let's see what the tarot cards have to say about that information, or the month of February in general. We have the King of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So yeah, somebody's trying to conceal something, and it may cause some misunderstandings or things aren't clear, and you guys keep butting heads in some way because it's like this person does it. They're going to feel like they're losing if they admit to something. That's how they're going to feel about it, or what they think your opinion might be about it. But let's get into the individual cards and see what comes out of that. We're starting off here with the King of Pentacles. Pentacles are an earth element. Kings are masculine energy, so definitely more forthright, outgoing, or assertive, I would say. Just the masculine vibes, the masculine half of energy. Pentacles are an earth element. They're a little more laid back, a little bit more relaxed, but don't take that as somebody who doesn't know what they're doing or someone who's procrastinating. This person knows exactly what they're doing. They know when to make their move. They're very confident. They're very successful, and they're really good at what they do. They're very smart. But they're not a high pressure kind of person. Laid back, they know when to make their move. Again, apparently that really needs to push through, as they know when to make their move. You can't push them, you can't rush them. And maybe that's where some of this is coming in. Maybe you want this information now and they're like withholding it and because they don't feel the time is right to share or to make the change or to provide the information, whatever it is that's going on here. But they're very secure with where they're at. So this could also just be somebody else in your life. It doesn't really feel like that though. So another part of this I get is maybe this could be like an employer or somebody that's withholding information. They're not ready to release it yet. You kind of have a hunch something is going on, and that might be what you're asking questions about. You want to know what's really going on. You want to know where things stand so that you can plan and get ready for whatever changes might be coming. So this might be what your vibe or what your intuition is telling you, is that there's some changes going on. They're not giving us all the information. They're not being transparent about this. And you're sleuthing and figuring this out. Because here we have this Four of Pentacles. Now, fours usually indicate stability. So there's a sense here that they're in a good place when it comes to home life or career, or things are stable, but it's like they're anticipating, or there is anticipation of maybe hard times ahead. So it's a hoarding kind of energy. They're withholding resources, they're saving their pennies, and they're not spending, they're not doing any luxuries, they're not splurging on anything. They're just holding back right now in anticipation of something happening. Is this you doing this? You may be doing this because you don't know what's going on. I mean, you know something's going on, but you don't know what's going on. It's the vibe I'm getting. So maybe you do want to be making sure you're kind of holding back a little, maybe saving up in anticipation of a change that's coming when it comes to your work or something that impacts your finances or your home in some way. Kind of hold back a little bit just until you know what's going on. So, in other words, if somebody's trying to get you to commit financially to a vacation plan or something like that, but you know there's information maybe they're not sharing about that trip, kind of hold back and say, no, 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 not yet. I can't commit yet. I don't have all the information I need to make this decision and commit to it. I cannot commit to this until you tell me more what's going on. Give me the names of everybody who is going. What is the purpose of this trip? Where will we be staying? Have they even actually provided you the definitive dates for this thing? That type of stuff. And then we have the Seven of Swords here, which would imply that maybe they're not. They're probably not. Seven of Swords can indicate, well, okay, it's swords. It's an air element. It's right up Gemini territory, essentially. It's our thoughts, our beliefs. So somebody thinks that they're getting away with somebody. In this case, this person's taking everything they can and running off with it, right? This does feel like they're trying to, well, it's coming through in a few different ways here, sorry. They think they're getting away with more than they actually are. Okay, that's what it is. They think they think you're oblivious. They think you don't know. They're confident that their scheme is working. You know it's not, though, because this is your mode here. You're like, no, 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 no. Something isn't right here. Something's not right here. So be aware of that. Read between the lines. Push for the information. And again, even if you could get little pieces out, then if things start to contradict each other when you get the same information or different information with the same, how do I want to put this? That's not making any sense, even with my tongue here. So let's say on Monday you ask them, well, what hotel are we staying at? And they give you the name of a hotel. And then you ask other questions and you document that stuff. And then the next day you ask them some different questions. And then on Wednesday you ask them, okay, what was the name of the hotel again? And they give you the name of a different hotel. That's not right. That's sus. So you may need to be asking the questions and repeating questions until you can either point out, look, you're giving me contradictory information, which tells me you have no idea what you're doing here with this, and I can't trust you to plan this vacation or whatever this is for me. Unless you can put me in contact with a person who's actually doing the planning. I may have to withhold or not attend this, and I may need to inform the other people involved so everybody isn't scammed here, because this is starting to feel like a scam. So pay attention to that. Don't be afraid to dig in and ask the questions, and ask them in different ways or on multiple times, but on different days or different times, and so on and so forth. And try to get the information documented. And then we have the Five of Swords here. Could be an argument. Fives in general are challenges. So fives could be an argument, that can be miscommunication. This is almost a desire to win the fight of words at all costs, even if it makes no sense at all and it alienates everyone else. So you may have to be careful with how you share the information, because some people may feel resentful that they didn't pick up on the fact that there was a scam or something going on here, or that there was missing information. Maybe somebody has been gaslighting them. So that could be that initial resentment. I would say it's going to be, instead of dumping the information all at once, maybe you just give them little tidbits here and there and let them come to the correct conclusions, instead of trying to just say, no, it's wrong, it's all wrong. And then the other person's going to be having their side. You'll have your side. Yes, you'll have your documentation, but then the person in the middle, they don't want to feel like a fool. So pay attention to that. Be respectful in how you're sharing the information. And unfortunately, you cannot force people to change their minds about something. Sometimes their lessons just have to be learned. And you need to accept that you guys will just have to agree to disagree, or accept the fact that you've provided the information you can. You've done what you feel is right, but you're not going to impose your will on them. You've done what you can, and then let it be at that. You cannot control the outcome for others. You can only modify your own outcome. So keep that in mind here. And then even later when they do figure it out, you don't want to go back with the I told you so's or anything like that. Don't play that game with them, because they're going to be feeling bad enough. So keep your wits about you. Be persistent in gathering the information and double checking the information and quadruple checking the information and getting it in different ways. That's what I feel like a lot of this is for you. And then at the end of the month, we have this Queen of Cups, back in the feminine energy, more receptive. This time, this is a water element, so it's very intuitive and emotions. It's all about the emotions, how we feel about things. The Queen of Cups is feeling very confident about herself. She knows exactly how she is feeling about things, and she has no problem sharing that or expressing that. So it could be you find a healthy way to express your frustration with this whole process or whatever that's been going on here, where there has been deception and maybe some gaslighting and misinformation spreading and things like that. But you're not screaming and yelling about it. You let them know that you are angry about it, or hurt even, if this was somebody you had trusted initially. But you are responding and sharing. You're not just reacting and out of control. You're very confident with your facts. Very much, it could be a little intimidating for the other people. But you all can also recognize that, and you can temper your response accordingly if needed, because you don't want, again, to foster guilt in others, in those who were the bamboozled by what was going on. But you do want the responsible parties to know that you're onto them, that you know what they're doing, and that you have your documentation, and that you will be sharing it. Almost a little bit like a mother hen kind of energy. You're protective of the other people. You can't stop them from participating in doing what they're going to do, but you can take steps on your own to protect yourself and protect others by turning them into the authorities or reporting them to the appropriate parties to let them deal with it. But there is a sense of feeling like, okay, well, you know what? I can stop this. I can at least protect some people by putting things in motion to shut this down in some way, or to at least share the information in a way that's not going to any more adversely impact others. It's a very nurturing card, while at the same time, I'm just getting a very protective vibe. So this could also be somebody else in your life who's just there for you and has that solid presence and lends you that type of energy to give you what you need to do in order to take those legal steps if needed. So a few different things coming off of that, but essentially, you know something's up. You're going to figure out what it is. You're going to expose it, and by the end of the month, you're going to have some form of closure. There, that's it in a nutshell. All right, Gemini, that is what I have for you for your February 2025 reading. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if you resonated with this or not, and because the YouTube algorithm likes that. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.